Hello, my friend. John Lavenia here. Welcome to my office. I wanted to shoot a quick video on one of the most important things for anyone who's looking to become successful in a home-based business, whether we're talking about online marketing or network marketing or what have you. We've got millions and millions of people right here in the United States and, of course, throughout the world who are looking to make it perhaps for the first time as entrepreneurs, and they see the home-based business world as a nice bridge into that realm of job freedom and financial freedom, time freedom, and that sort of thing. Something that I've become familiar with over more than a decade. So I want you to pay attention, though, extra special attention to this video in particular, because I'm going to talk with you about one concept which, if you get it, is going to save you years of time and frustration, and it's going to help you avoid chasing secondary answers to problems you won't even have. Okay, so just take my word for it. I've done trainings on this before, and my experience dictates to me that I'm going to need to do more trainings on this because it keeps coming up again and again and again. And it's probably come up for you if you've been wondering why some people, the top 1, 2, 3% in any kind of a business, make the majority of the money. Okay, I want to let that cat out of the bag right now and give you an opportunity, if you pay close attention to what I'm about to say, and I'm going to quote a great author here in a minute as well. I've got a book sitting right here. But if you pay attention to this and you take this to heart and you act on it, okay, and you find your way to act on it, you're going to become one of those top 1, 2, 3% yourself. Okay, and that's a commitment I can make to you based on my own experience and what I've observed over and over again. I'm also going to add a little bit of one of my own stories in here of something that actually happened with me and how I applied this, just so you can see the magnitude of how important this is. So I'm not going to be talking with you about how to get leads, although I know that's a tremendous topic that every second of every day people are like, how do I get leads? How do I get leads? We talk about that in other videos. Here I'm going to talk with you about not so much what you do, but the more important question, the much more important question, who's doing it? That's the question. And again, if you've heard my trainings and stuff before, you know that I've sort of drilled that question home again and again, because there's a principle in play here, which if you really get it, you become unstoppable. And just keep this in mind. Not so much important as what you do, is who is doing it. So I'm going to quote from the great Napoleon Hill in his classic book, Think and Grow Rich. This is the original version, restored and revised. If you can ever get your hands on an original text, the way the author wrote it, not the way some people decided to abridge it or give their opinions about it, go for the original text. There's some good reasons for that. But you want to get the ideas right, the way they came out of the author's mind, right onto the paper. And I'm going to read a paragraph for you from the chapter on organized planning. Okay, now if you haven't read this book before, or if you haven't read it in a while, pay close attention. In fact, read it again. There's so much in here. But this is on the chapter on organized planning. Napoleon Hill says, broadly speaking, there are two types of people in the world. One type is known as leaders and the other as followers. Decide at the outset whether you intend to become a leader in your chosen calling or remain a follower. The difference in compensation is vast. The follower cannot reasonably expect the compensation to which a leader is entitled, although many followers make the mistake of expecting such pay. Now let's just focus on a couple of words here real quick, just to make sure you fully got the meaning of what the author is saying here. Decide, meaning make a decision. Cut yourself off from any other possibility. That's what decide actually means. Okay, it's a cutting off point. Decide at the outset, meaning when you sign up, when you've decided to put your name on the roster for whatever it is you're looking to do in terms of your chosen calling, your work. Decide at the outset, meaning right when you get started, whether you intend, okay, what's your intention, to become, that's who you're being, not what you're doing, to become a leader. What is a leader? A leader is a person with a vision. A leader is a person who knows where they're going. They've got a destination. Therefore, they've got the only reason why anybody would want to follow another person, any sane person anyway, right? I mean, if you're not going somewhere, why would anybody follow you? So again, think about this as it relates to how you perform in your business. Decide at the outset whether you intend to become a leader in your chosen calling or remain a follower. If we just read that sentence 15,000 times, I think we'd all be making more money. Here's the point. Most people in the home business world come to it as a transition or a possible transition out of employee mindset, follower mindset, consumer mindset. Think about it like this. You've got consumers here, and you've got, what's the opposite? Producers here, right? You've got employees, and you've got entrepreneurs. You've got effects, and you've got causes, right? These are opposites. So think about this. We could read books like this and 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and all this kind of stuff all day long, okay, to learn about being more effective. But when we just think about the words, if we want to be more effective, meaning we want the big compensation, the riches that Napoleon Hill talks about, then we've got to become more causative, right? Effects don't create effects. So again, I say, more important than what you do is who is doing it. Now, I'm going to tell you a story and how this relates to success in home-based business, something that actually happened with me a couple of years ago. Okay, so I'd made millions in home-based business, done very well, and then made some disastrous decisions, went down with the ship, companies failing, big mess. I was $2 million in debt and going through bankruptcy. I mean, it was like starting over. It was a big disaster. Now, I had to do something, right? I had a little 1.5-year-old daughter, whatever age she was at the time, and I got to support this little girl. We were starting over. My wife didn't, she doesn't work either. We've both been full-time in the home-based business profession for a long time. And because we didn't know some vital things, we made some very expensive mistakes. So here I was, $2 million in debt, mid-bankruptcy, looking to start over. Now, I'm psychologically unemployable. I can't go out and just get a job. Well, I suppose I could, right? But would any company give me the upside potential that I'm looking for, moving into, getting into later years in life? And I'm not old, by the way, but looking to plan for the future. You look at the people who've become wealthy on this planet. They're people that are leaders, like Napoleon Hill talked about. They're entrepreneurs. They're people who get stuff done, right? So I'm looking to get stuff done. I'm looking for a good opportunity, and I found one. But I was broke, right? So now think about this as it relates to the leader versus follower mentality. Okay, what could I have done at that point? Didn't know how to do the marketing that I needed to do for that new program, that new opportunity. Didn't have the startup capital. Had just come off of some devastating losses, right? Most of the people in my circle of influence, people that knew of me from previous successes, had already gone into other businesses, and the flock had scattered, right? I didn't know much about online marketing at that point. Again, this was a few years ago. And guess what I did? I looked at the opportunity, and I saw the upside potential. I saw that if I was so motivated to apply myself, and if I did, in fact, apply myself, that I could succeed. This is something I could sell. I like this, all right? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go into this. So what did I do? I got some old stuff that, electronics and things that I had stored in my garage from previous work I had done. I used to be in the music business and all this professional audio stuff and whatever, things I could find around the house. Sold stuff on eBay to come up with a couple $1,000s to get started in this new business. So I had the startup capital. Okay, so that's easy enough. That's just, go sell some stuff that you don't need anymore and create a liquid asset. Fine, but then what? Then what? Here's the clincher. Then it's a matter of getting it sold, right? Here's the opportunity, not getting the stuff sold that just sells on eBay. It's just the consumer product stuff, but getting the opportunity sold. Again, if we're talking about home-based business, offering people opportunities to make money online, make money from home, this sort of thing. Here I was, this guy who now had startup capital, went ahead, got started, and then had to get into the marketing aspect of it. Now, here's where the question, who's doing it, comes into play. This is why this is so vital. Had I approached that marketing effort as the guy who's broke and struggling and trying to get back on his feet, and I've had a hard time, all this drama, right? Had I approached it with a head full of drama, looking in my rearview mirror saying, oh, this is a disaster, right? Look at the burning buildings behind me and all this, right? Then it wouldn't have sold. It wouldn't have gone out into the marketplace. People wouldn't have gotten started with me. Remember what I said about leadership. The only reason any sane person would follow you is because you've got a destination. You're going somewhere. Otherwise, why would I follow you, right? So here's what I had to do. I had to get complete with who I was. I had to remember how powerful I am. Yes, I'm capable of blunder. Who isn't? But I'm also capable of great things, right? So are you. You're also capable of great things. So I had to say, all right, we're going to hire John the leader for this job. Okay, John, the guy who just blew it, you're done. Okay, thanks for your opinion. We're done with you. John the leader, how is this going to look 6 months from now? How is this going to look a year from now? How is, like getting down to a little minutia, right? How is my daughter going to be, what kind of food is she going to eat? Is she going to eat the crap food at the junk food store, or is she going to eat the good organic food, right? So I got reasons. I've got a why. I've got motivation to do this. And then I decided, you know what? We fall down, we get back up. I'm here to create, and I set some goals, and I'm here to help some people create wealth, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to do that. And I shot a video talking about where we're going. I found, again, just sharing my vision, I found something spectacular. I'm sending you this video. This is for anybody who would open an email and listen to me at that point. And sure enough, a bunch of people got started my first week. More than made my money back. First week, boom, I was back in the game. So, am I saying that to say, oh, look, I'm special? No, I'm just here to tell you that, look, I had disadvantages, what people would call devastating circumstances. And what happened? Because I decided who I was being at the outset, right? I was being the leader, the person going somewhere. Yes, there's a past, we all have one, but where's the destination? Because I focused on that and then communicated, then outflowed marketing material, videos, whatever I did. And in that case, the right person was offering the opportunity and people chose to participate. So now, is it clear why I say more important than what you do is who's doing it? Same effort. Other people could go shoot a video and it would fall on deaf ears. It would have no influence in the marketplace. Other people could place an advertisement. Other people could write an email. We can all do the same stuff, right? And people can ask all kinds of questions about secondary problems, like I mentioned right at the beginning, like how often should I email my list? I don't friggin' know, right? I email my list sometimes every day, sometimes once every other week. Right now it's been very little because I just moved, but you get the point. Is all that how-to stuff is so secondary to the main issue. Who is doing it? Where are you going? What is your goal? I mean, if you just ask most people, and I've done this, you ask people what your goal is, right? They got all these problems. They want to know all this how-to stuff about marketing. Hey, what's your goal, right? Why are you doing all this? They don't know. They don't have a goal. They don't have an answer. Some vague, I want to be rich or whatever. Oh, okay, right? Or I want to quit my job. Okay, that's cool. But getting into having a true destination, like deciding at the outset whether you intend to become a leader or remain a follower. They're still followers. And quite often, secondary problems, okay, unnecessary little molehills to leaders, okay, but they're big mountains to the followers. These things collect on followers. They gather them up because they're avoiding the main issue, which is who's doing it. The main issue is who am I becoming in the process? Who is pulling the trigger on this email? Who is writing this? And the entire, look, when people get this, when you get this, if you haven't gotten it already, when you get this and apply it and embody it, assimilate what I'm talking about, and decide who you are before you pick up the pen, before you touch the keyboard to write. Decide who you are and what your guaranteed future outcome is, and that it's good news for anyone who chooses to follow you on whatever path you're on, then the whole posture changes. Somehow the words that seem the same are different, right? Because it's not so much about the words, it's more about the posture, the physiology behind the communication. That's a story for another time. We could talk a lot about that in different trainings. But have I made a point? You want to be the person who gets the problem solved. You want to be the solver, not the problem itself. You want to be the producer, not the consumer. There's a time to be the consumer, right? And you go out and you buy TVs and iPods and all that kind of stuff. That's wonderful, right? You're going to be the consumer. Great. But in your business, you damn well better be the producer. You damn well better be the one with answers. Why do people get started? Because you've got solutions, because you're going somewhere. It's the only reason people get started with me, at least in my perspective. Maybe I'm totally wrong and people get started with me because they like my hairdo or something. I don't know. What else could it possibly be? But after years, in fact, about 2 decades of studying human psychology, success philosophy, things like this, I could tell you this, what I just quoted you here from Napoleon Hill is absolute gold. Decide at the outset. Okay, and don't make the mistake most followers make of thinking, well, you know, if I just follow the system that this leader over there, they're the leader, right? If I just do what this special person told me to do, then I'll be successful. That's still being a consumer. That's still being a follower. Even reading this book, and I know I'm going on a long time, but here's the point. Even reading this book, I am now the consumer. I am the follower, okay? I am the effect, not the cause, of what the author thinks. Now we've got to discern, we've got to discriminate. Do we want to accept that and make that our own and then go ahead and use it? Or do we want to reject it? Or are we going to do what most people do is just ignore it, let it go in one ear and out the other? Yeah, I read the book, and you're still getting the same crappy results you got for, you know, however long. That's not what we want. Okay, we want you to take stuff, especially if you're participating in home-based business with us. We want you to take ideas as the consumer of the ideas, take them, try them on, make them yours, or not, right? Your choice, and then go outflow, right? You inflow, and then you outflow. You got to create that balance. Man, there's like 100 different topics I just brought up in this video. So let me cut it off here. I hope you got some value out of this. I was thinking I would talk for 3 minutes. It's probably been 10 times that at this point. I don't know, but probably not that long. But see about, you know, reading good books, getting good ideas into your mind, finding solutions that you can then outflow to your audience, your public, your consumer base, your affiliates, your associates, you know, people that come to you for advice. That's what should be happening. People should be coming to you for advice because you're going somewhere, and because when answers are needed, right, you're the one who goes out and finds them. When the chips are down, you're the one that makes the circumstances right for yourself, that you can move forward. And then with the posture that you are in fact moving forward, you can then communicate powerfully, regardless of what it says on your bank statement. You get it? You're in control, not your circumstances. This is a very powerful way to be in business and in life. And as you are in business is as you are in all things in life. So again, more important than what you do is who's doing it. Become a leader. Become a leader. And you'll find that all these secondary problems, the questions don't even need to be asked anymore. They'll be asked of you because you'll be the special person. People will be like, oh, well, you're so special. You know the answers. Can you give me the answers? I actually had, I'll end with this. I had somebody call me. He got my phone number. He called me to ask me what SEO stands for. Now, here I am. I'm running a group of thousands of people. Right? I am extremely busy. And here's this person asking me what he could have just gone to Google and typed, what is SEO, and click enter, and he would have had all his answers. You see the difference? Does that person have any chance at all in becoming successful in home-based business? I'll tell you right now, they've got no shot. No shot. If they're that consumer-focused and that not able, you be the able party. I've made my point. Hey, if you've got any comments, ideas, anything else you'd like me to share about on this or other topics, let me know. I'm sure there's a comments area or something on this page. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.